Evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Baruch Hashem.
Good.
Okay, looks like a new topic. Tez Zayin.
Yes.
Batach Ba'Hashem. Orlium Gimel of Orlium Gimel.
Tishrei.
Well, that can't
No.
be because
It says it's Yud Bezel.
yeah. No, it's that it's the Asiri Kodesh. Every day 10-day cycle which they had in Kelm. But I'm not sure what Gimel that's Asiri. Not sure Gimel Tov Dalet stands for. I don't know. Okay, but it's obviously going to go into that Syria Kodesh cycle, which I think he gets into later on in the Sefer. I should also Shemaya Gidu. Oh, Orlion Gimel it's Tuesday, actually. Orlion Gimel, that's Tuesday. Dalal Asir means the fourth day of the 10th cycle. So the only thing we don't know is what the Tov stands for.
Maybe it was the 400th time they were going in the cycle.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Share. Gimel, something that Gimel. It's Tuesday going into Wednesday. No, that's not it. Gimel. No. I don't know. Okay, but whatever it is, I should also Shemaya Gidu or love the signs of heaven will show Kihu Moreh Achibason Shel Yisrael. That demonstrates the love of Am Yisrael. That would make sense with a Wednesday, because then that's when the sun and the moon and the stars were put up in Shammai. But I'm not sure how it has to make sense with Tuesday. So that's what we're saying. It's Gimel something Dalet Tuesday into Wednesday. But I still don't know what the tough would be. And the series seems to indicate that the Dalet is going on the 10-day cycle. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Anyway, he made this. Hashem set aside this month. That we should be aroused to return to our great success of yesteryear. And Hashem will respond to us and say, I have forgiven. Yom Kippur is coming Yom Kippur. Second Rasa Pasuk, Harninu Lelokim Uzenu. Raise up song to God who was our strength. Hariu, blow the shofar, the trumpet. Suzim Ra, lift up in music. To Tiku the shofar, blow on the first day of the month, the shofar b'gomer. So the question is, okay, this pasuk is telling us that you need a lot of simcha in order to blow shofar. Why? The shofar lo yulu yolo. Shofar represents moans and groans, and we learn from the moans and groans from, and also the number of kolos, the 100 kolos from Pidyabe Eim Sisra, from Sisra's mother's crying for him when he did not return from the field of battle. There's some medicines which are made to frighten a sick person, and with that he's going to be healed. Even though Elokim is judgment, but it's a healing thing. It's a medicine to heal with Kiyah Shofar. That the Kiyah Shofar should serve to heal whatever is ailing us. But obviously, whatever ailing us is the thing we're doing tshuva for. And uh, uh, that or to accept the yoke of heaven with Malchus of Shof of Rosh Hashanah. So this fear of judgment will be the cure from the terrible afflictions which he might otherwise face. And to merit in turn the greatest pleasure of the world to come, Ein Lorasa, which no eye has ever beheld. Is there something greater for which to lift up song? Maybe be zeicha to this. Ata b'ni, and now my son is writing obviously this letter to his son, Yakiri, my precious, Mahmad Libi, the precious of my heart, Nachum Zev, that was his name, Nero Yoir, Ka'or Shibasayim is like to be signed like sevenfold. Niska Ksiva Chasim B'Tov Klal Yisrael. Me Tein B'Niska Limonos B'Klal Knesset Yisrael. Halavai, we should be counted in the collective of Israel. If we're counted within the collective of Israel, we know we are successful. And I have in mind to write an entire mimer on this. Hashem will allow Likro B'Avas Yisrael, and Likro B'Avas Yisrael to write about Avas Yisrael, but Likro so Avas Chesed. Hashem Mishakosher B'Avas Knesset Yisrael. And praiseworthy is the person. That actually was, I think, Maimer Yud Gimel. That was Maimer Avas Chesed. Okay. Where the Yisod Torah is B'Haftarecha Kamocha. So now, I guess it's a separate issue. Asher Mishkol B'Avas Knesset Israel with the love of collective Israel. The Torah song is concerned with the good of Israel. Halor Isim Lamala. Did you not see? Did you not see Mashkos Ramban Zal? Also Shemaim Elu about from the constellations of heaven. Elu Mazolo Besula. The constellation of Elu is the Besula. K'moshe Krish Baran Lamala. And like we explained above, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what above means. It sounds like the beginning of this letter, but I don't know where he spoke about this. It's enough to be I guess be zoich bedin, or to be accomplished to love that which Hashem loves, which is Am Yisrael. And therefore everything which people can do for the betterment of Israel, like the both materially, Dive Ashkenaz, like the rich people in Germany. Rich people in Germany were big supports of the yeshivas in Lithuania. Whether it's for their souls, which he says is directly direct, directly and indirectly. Perush, somebody who brings merit to the masses. The Farsim El Kuso to publicize divinity. The Rami Menu is bark to be in awe of him. And to graze the holy sheep on a field of Emunah Baskel Badas with intelligence and wisdom that these ideas should become embedded in their hearts. From his part should our be part. All that is one way. Another way is whether a person through its own personal mitzvahs, not by dealing directly with the rabbim, but indirectly by doing mitzvahs which make the world a better place. So he has this in mind. Somebody with their own personal avodah, even they're not big, Mizaki Rabbim, through teaching or inspiring, whatever the case may be, but through their own avodah, in order to be machriya the world of kapschus, can bring, of course, great merit to the world and benefit Am Yisrael indirectly. Machshava Tova Kadosh Baruch Hu Mitzaref L'Maaseh. His good thoughts are Kadosh Baruch Hu joins to the deed. In other words, his deed is the mitzvah. The good thought is that should be for the benefit of Am Yisrael. So those are direct, indirect, and a person should be involved in the Ahavas Yisrael in general. So he should be more meticulous in his love. He's yoser and be more connected to the grand collective. Sounds like a fundraiser there. He is very jealous of those rich people in Germany. Want to make a whole essay in their honor. Especially for the most mighty of um, the charitable people. Baron Hirsch. I know that Baron Hirsch supported yeshivas. Okay. Karno Tarum B'Chavod Sela.
Is that Rothschild?
No. Baron Hirsch was a different Baron.
Oh, it was a Baron.
He supported the Jews in Russia very much.
Mhm.
I didn't know that specifically the yeshivas. B'ni Kiri. Samachti Morashi Kibata Ba'ava Tochachti. I'm very happy to said in my book, Ba'ava Musuteres, which is given with hate and love, Lidrosh Tavas Chabadech Nifla, to quest your good in a wondrous way. Ba'ati Dad Cloud, don't be concerned. Hashem is going to get Bezrecha, whatever it is, Hashem's going to be help you out. Beloni Avoshki B'Chabatachnu. Shechlo Amleiko Shelu. Lekom Etzakol Chosim Bach. It's part of the Shona David. Holamata, you learn to be Shechat Hashem, Enu Lomid Atzmo. In the close place, Baruch says, those people who take refuge in Hashem, that they will they won't be embarrassed for eternity. Those people who quest for Hashem, they will not stumble. From this, we derive the opposite. Those who don't take shelter in Hashem, they will be undone, destroyed for eternity. So you have to learn always to take refuge in Hashem. And then it'll be a fortress and a shelter for eternity. Any year which is impoverished at its beginning, becomes rich at its end. Means that we ask as impoverished people at the opening of the year. And this statement that we should start off impoverished and look ourselves impoverished is small in its length. It's very brief, but it contains great quality. It's difficult to spend a long time in it. In short, Kimekabel pras mirabo umodelo. What you would say because a Muslim, like somebody who's receiving a portion from his master and thanks him. Rosh Hashanah's the should be entered with imagery of somebody who's interacted in the house of the king of the world, and he gave him to eat, he gave him to drink with great honor. That is the Birkas Hamazon, which comes at the end. And at the beginning, that should be the request. In other words, that when you come into the year, Rosh Mitchilasa means that you are cognizant that you're coming into the house of the king of the world, and you're requesting from him food and beverage, which I assume doesn't just mean material food and beverage, that too, but also spiritual food and beverage for the coming year. And if a person asks with that kind of humility and that kind of deference and that kind of respect, so then there's going to be Osher at the end. And there's much to be said about this. Okay, so maybe we'll come across in the continuation. The die be'ur lemevin, and that's enough to explain to those who understand. Okay, it's interesting. This is called the beginning of the Maimer. It's called B'tach B'Hashem. It doesn't really say explicitly B'tach B'Hashem in the Maimer, except that it says quotes of Rosh Hashanah davening. It says, not the Rosh Hashanah. It's called the Belone Boshki B'chol B'tachnu. So Lone Boshki B'chol B'tachnu evidently means that that at the beginning of the year, when one comes as a rush to Hakadosh Baruch Hu, one comes in that with that humility and that cognizance, one also comes with bitachon. In other words, the idea of Rosh Hashanah is that since the king has the capacity to give, and he is not lacking for any resources, so therefore, yes, one has to come as a rush and understand that one doesn't have any merit on one's own. But nevertheless, one can come with bitachon if one is concerned with the cloud and one is involved with the cloud, and one's attempt is to be mative to the cloud, because that's the ultimate reason why Kosh Baruch Hu will give people resources, because it involves what he's interested in their being involved with in this world. And that's why you come as a rush, but with bitachon, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give you what's necessary in order what he deems is necessary to be mative with the rest of the people.
I
Okay.
always wondered about velo nevosh ki b'chol b'tachnu. What exactly does it mean? Does it mean that we shouldn't be embarrassed because we believed in you? In other words, if someone would try to embarrass us, we wouldn't be embarrassed because we believe in you. Or does it mean that that believing in you might cause us embarrassment, and I hope that it doesn't? Shaloi nevosh. I always wondered which way it meant.
Yeah, the answer is obviously both. Now, we have many places in davening where both intentions are correct. Depends on how you want to say it on any day. Like
Right.
my best example of that is in Modim. So Modim Chanachlo Shomra Yotzer B'Shis Tzur Chayenu Magenu Shenu Atohu L'Dor Vador Nadel Chon Saper Tel Secha. Or is it Tzur Chayenu Magenu Shenu Atohu L'Dor Vador?
Right.
Del Chon Saper Tel Secha.
Right.
So that can go either way. Mention the same thing.
Very good.
Or is it
Right.
so both kavanas are true.
Mm.
The lonely was obviously can mean I never thought of it the way you're explaining it. You know, I think it's brilliant. I always thought about we won't be embarrassed because we trust in you, but what you're saying is we should not be embarrassed in our trusting in you.
Yes, we should not be embarrassed because we trusted in you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Both of
Very
them
good.
work.
Very good.
Go ahead.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll do the next piece next week.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Have a good night.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Take care.